Day 2 of the pool build project. Today we're going to form this bad boy up. We've already got everything graded, sod stripped out, and we need to get those 2x6s and stakes and actually shape out this pool and spa. So we're going to go ahead and pull some string lines off the house, get some quick measurements, and string it all out with just nylon string first. Make sure everything looks right, and then we'll chase back behind, set elevations, and hang our form board. So here we go. So here's our construction plan. You can see I've got a string line coming out from this wall of the house to pull out, and then I can measure over and get this wall, and then everything can be based off that wall and this wall here, which I can get by measuring off 1510 at this corner and this corner to make sure that line is square. To make sure this line is square, the simplest way when you're trying to do it, and especially if you're by yourself, is overrun your string. So I tied the string onto this block. I've got it situated so that the string is touching the foundation back here. And then you start with your string out that way and bring it closer this way until at the leading edge of the house the string just touches. And then you know that you're square with that wall of the house because it's going to be following this line. So if you start back there, run it to here, as you bring it in, when it touches, you know you're square, and in theory that line should be square all the way down. So this is that imaginary line on the plans. Now we need to measure over from that, set our first couple stakes. Alright, we got the strings all pulled. A little hard to tell with the white strings, I'm sure, on the camera. And now we're just chasing the string and setting our stakes. So the stakes are spaced off so that my 2x6s that are going to be my form boards end up right on the string face, which will make all the measurements just right per plan. Just about 40, 50 more stakes to go. So what we need to do now is mark our elevations. So we've got our transit set up, and we're going to set this thing. We zeroed off of the door at the house. So to zero it, you just set your stake down on the door, slide this up and down until you get your solid tone for that thing, that mark, and that's your zero. So that's what the door was. But we got to raise this pool because of the slope of the yard. It has to be higher than that 0 point. So if you drop your mark down on your stick, that raises the elevation, because when you drop that down, in essence, if you were to hold this at the same point and then slide the stick up, it's going to fit onto a higher ledge. So now we can set and mark where our 10-inch up measurement is. And then we're just going to mark the bottom on the stick. Boom. That's 10 inches above our 0 spot there. So you'll notice we're really close to grade. It will be underground at that point. But this back wall is going to raise, it's going to step up. So we're actually going to measure up above there. We're going to hang our perimeter boards, and then we're actually going to come up. It's going to be 6 inches raised in this area. It's going to step up to 12 inches raised in the middle, and then it's going to step up to 18 inches raised here where it's the highest, where it's the worst. Spa's going to be raised 18 inches, and then we're going to have to raise this back wall as well just to combat that slope a little bit. So kind of tricky, but we'll make it work. So let's go around and mark all these points.